Well, that is a result that does not come around all that often. Just a couple of hours ago, England beat the All Blacks here at Twickenham for just the 9th time in their history. I haven't got any notes, I haven't jotted anything down. I also might have to pause the video midway through if I have to go and do something else. But my thoughts on what is a famous victory and what is an unbelievably important victory for Steve Borthwick and this England team. You can have your say down below. What did you make of the performance and how big a victory is this? What does this mean for the side as a whole? Have your say in the comments section, like the video as well, and if you haven't already, I'd absolutely love it if I earn your subscription and you hit that subscribe button. It was always going to define England's autumn, this. There was no getting away from the fact that this was the biggest game they had this November, and if you look at the run of victories they're on, it's now 10 straight wins in a row. Yes, that includes France, who butchered a load of tries here in the Six Nations. Yes, it includes 2 really good victories with a depleted squad away to Argentina in the summer. But they hadn't beaten too many of the absolutely top guns. And partly because of the comparisons with 12 months ago when they played New Zealand, they had a penalty to win it that hit the post, they had a drop goal to win it, which they messed up and missed over to my right-hand side over there. This was always going to be a game that people looked at to say, how have you improved? How have you learnt from that? And I actually think, in a sense, that was unfair, because England have already shown that. But I get it, because they haven't shown it, I think, against one of the top teams in the world. Arguably France, to be fair, but France missed loads of opportunities. I understood why this was such a massive game. And I think it is a big victory. I think it is a really big victory. It's been really interesting, actually, just being in the press conference and kind of Steve Borthwick. He's so process driven. He's so kind of next task, we'll review it. We'll enjoy the win. I'm really delighted for the players, pleased with the performance, but he doesn't necessarily go down the route of this is a statement or what it means in the wider context. I think it's hard to get away from the fact that this is important. It does answer questions. You compare this England team with the England team of 12 months ago, and they're in what feels like a totally different place. And I believe the England setup, when they say, well, we weren't that far off 12 months ago, we've just kind of sharpened up a few different things. I think that is true. But those small adjustments make a huge difference. And the small adjustments that they have made means they are now really strong in the final 20 minutes. They're scoring tries, they're taking it away from teams. When they go 12-0 down here, they have the character to stick in it, stick what they're doing, and work their way back into the game. And they were the better side today. They were 100% the better side. They scored some really good tries as well. And just really delighted for them to be where they are at this moment in time. Let's talk about George Ford. George Ford was immense today. England have, we always speak about it, right? England have 3 brilliant fly half options, but you look at his performance today, particularly in the kicking game, the 50-22 that led to one of the tries, the drop goals which were down here at the end of the first half. In a matter of about 3 minutes, England went drop goal, and all of a sudden it was a 1-point game, and they were actually in quite a good attacking position, but they'd lost all momentum in their attacks at that point. Just smart play, exactly what you would expect from a guy who's got 100 caps for his country. I thought George Ford was really, really good today. Really good today. Elsewhere, throughout the rest of the team, and I think this probably speaks to the way in which this is just a much stronger England team than what we saw probably 12 months ago. I thought Joe Hayes and Finn Baxter were excellent in terms of the scrum for what I can't remember exactly when the subs came on, but for 50 minutes plus of that game, England's scrum was really, really good. Set piece was actually the line out malfunctioned a little bit. What was it 3-4 line outs that they lost, but didn't end up mattering in the end. I think England's defence is much better. I still think their attack is developing. They scored some good tries. I was worried at first, actually, that you think of that first 20 minutes when New Zealand went 12-0 up, England actually had the 2 best attacking opportunities at the start of that game. One of them, George Ford hit a cross kick, which he actually didn't connect with, ended up, it was nowhere near, I think it was Faye Weboso that was chasing it, nowhere near him. And then they had the other one down here where they had a good break, and I think it was Sam Underhill's final pass in the tackle. He ended up knocking it on. I was thinking at that point, those are 2 glorious opportunities that they've let slip through their fingers. And will it end up being the story of the game that they end up regretting that? But it wasn't in the end. New Zealand came back at them, 12-0, playing some good stuff, but in the end it was England that had the quality to be able to pull away. And I asked actually Scott Robertson in the presser how this England team is different to the one that they played a year ago, and the thing that he mentioned was they took their opportunities. 12 months ago he felt like it was New Zealand that took their opportunities and won that game. And today that's kind of flipped. It was England that ended up taking their opportunities. They had impact from the bench again. Henry Pollock just has a knack of being able to pop up all over the place, pop up as things happen. He was there in the right place again, hacked the ball forward, the Roebuck try, that was what absolutely cemented the victory. I'm trying to think if there's any other players in particular that need mentioning. I suppose it is that thing that I've said already. England are a stronger team. They are a stronger matchday 23. They are a stronger squad. I think clearly they have learned from the defeats 12 months ago. I think they now have the belief to be able to see out these games, and when they go 12-0 down, to know that they're able to claw it back and get a win. So they're a team that are developing, will continue to develop, and yeah, I thought it was a great performance. I think I'll leave it there. It's a bit shorter video, but that's what happens when you don't have any notes and you're kind of just thinking off the top of your head. I might do something in more detail probably tomorrow when I have more time to properly think about the game. And maybe I'll just finish on a statement moment for this England team. I think some performances and some results in particular are just simply more important. When it gets to a World Cup quarter-final, semi-final, final, what are the experiences that you really rely upon to help you get over the line in those biggest games? And it's no disrespect to Wales or to Italy, Japan, some of those other teams England have beaten in this run. It is matches like this against the second-ranked team in the world that make the difference. 12-0 down early, 25 unanswered points, score late on to absolutely cement the game. There are a few periods in the game today, I think, where 12 months ago, it's back within one score, wasn't it? After New Zealand scored one of their tries. What was it then? 25-19, I think. So 6-point game, and you're thinking, next score is huge. And England are the ones that end up getting it. It is fine margins at test level, but they've won 10 in a row. It's their 9th ever victory against New Zealand. What a result, what a performance. England are victorious. Give me your view down below in the comment section. Like the video as well, and I'll see you in the next one.